Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Week 4 preview edition of Fantasy Football Harsh
Harsh
Reality.
reality.
Now, we didn't have a Week 3 recap, or we didn't have a Week 3 preview. Nope. What did we not have? What was it? Because I went on vacation. We didn't have a preview, and we didn't have a recap. Week
But
3
we
kind of
had
came
a
and
we had a
went.
random
We
yeah
had a
we had
missing
a
week because
right.
I went on vacation. Well, I didn't go on vacation. It's a workcation. One of the great things about being a comedian is sometimes I get booked to work in really beautiful places. And I was booked to do some shows and teach some stand-up workshops out in Maui to the local comedy scene out there. And
So
I go,
cool.
yeah, and they bring me and the wife out like once a year to do a show. And occasionally I'll teach a workshop. This is like the first time in like 5 years I've taught one. So it was just a lot of fun. And from the beach, I made some predictions and posted them so I would have them as a record. But before we get to that,
Ah,
yeah, well, actually, let's go ahead and go through that so we can put that away. Then we'll get to major news stories. So just really quickly, I nailed pretty much all of them. If I go to my notes, the first thing was I told you start Caleb Williams at DFS. I said, build it around Caleb. Anybody can throw on the Cowboys. And boy, did he. 4 touchdowns, big 10 points. I hope you listened. I went on a little bit of a diatribe about how third time's the charm, and one of these rookies was going to put it together. And I said, wouldn't be surprised if it was 2. And I was like, it could have been Golden. And I said specifically, I felt like it was probably going to be Scadaboo or Quinshon Judkins, and that my money was on Quinshon Judkins. And I was actually right about both.
I
And
was going to say you got both, so
yeah,
you could have picked either one and been right.
yeah. So I
All the
nailed that
above.
one. And I also, I talked about how 2 guys stepping into starting roles, Krosky, Mason, who would do better. I said Mason because he was definitely going to have more of a controlled opportunity. And that turned out to be
You talking about
1,000%
Jordan
correct.
Mason?
Yeah, Jordan Mason.
You were saying that he would be better than Krosky.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that one was kind of obvious. I
It
didn't know
was. He just had so much
yeah.
more opportunity. I was just really hoping they would let Krosky really take over.
No, I know. You were trying to speak it into existence, and that's totally cool. I do that all the time. Not here usually, but I try.
I knew
I
it
do
would be
try.
Mason, and it was. So there's that.
Of course.
And the one that I was kind of sort of on, I was like, this week, start Kyle Pitts versus Carolina. Great opportunity. And he didn't do bad. I
Yeah, what
started
did he
him.
finish with?
He started with like 6.5 points. And I started him over Njoku, who got like 7 points. So it was basically a wash. So it wasn't a
Same.
total fail. I mean, he was startable. And at this point with these tight ends, if you can get any production,
This feels more like a justification than a nailed it.
I didn't say nailed it. I did not nail it. I'm just saying it also didn't fail it. It was one of those sort ofs.
Okay, I got you. All right. And then a tweener. You got a tweener.
I got a tweener.
Yeah,
A leaner.
cool.
And I got a leaner or a tweener.
A leaner and a tweener. All right,
But
that's
overall,
fair.
I had some good calls. And of course, we made you money last week because in the one episode we did our locks, and yours was
Los Angeles Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles over 44 and a half. Final score, blah, 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 equals 59.
there you go.
Way over.
Way over. Yeah, that was a bonanza.
3 in a row.
That was a bonanza.
All 3. Haven't missed one yet.
And for me, it was Detroit plus 5.5 against the Ravens. And I just felt really great about that. And they ended up winning it by more than 5.5 outright. Like they ended up winning the game pretty handily.
It was really cool if you saw the episode. We were sort of on the fly. Greg was on his had 1 foot out the door to go to Hawaii. And he's like, oh, yeah, wait, lock of the week. Looking through it. He's just like, at the end, we both sort of did it on the fly. But he was like, you know what? And all of a sudden you got very convicted. And you took something that was intense and like one that you wouldn't take as a lock, but you stood by yourself. I'm doing it. Lock it up. Lions plus 5. Aloha. And then you pieced out. It was amazing. And you got it. You nailed it.
I was on fire last week. It took me a little while. You got to get the data points in. You got to see what everybody's doing. And then you get in a rhythm and it all begins to kind of happen for you. Let's hope we keep that rhythm going.
Yep,
so what are the news stories? Hit us with the news.
Well, Atlanta they finally were like, hey, you know what? Our wide receivers are ungood, and I think it might be because of our wide receiver coach, Ike Hilliard, and so they showed him the door.
Oh.
They brought in. This name sounds so familiar. I want to say his name is T.J. Yates. He's going to take
Oh
over as
yeah.
the. Wasn't he a quarterback for the Texans? I feel like I had him
Yes.
I on my fantasy team, like because
No,
I
he
had
was.
to.
I believe he
Right.
was. He was. Was he a
Like there was a minute.
quarterback or a
I
receiver?
think he was a quarterback. Honestly,
He
I just
might have been a quarterback,
I
but it
think he was.
definitely was the Texans. The second you said his name, I was like, for the Texans, TJ Yates. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember
Well,
if he was a backup quarterback or if he was a. For some, I was thinking he was a receiver, but he may have been a quarterback.
yeah, I just in my head that's what it is. I should have looked it up, but anyway, he takes over. So I think that's certainly newsworthy. You can look and hopefully if you have shares of Drake London, that you will feel a little bit better about this change. He's been getting lots of targets, but just things were something wasn't right. Hopefully,
And you think the problem is the
was
wide
the
receivers coach?
well. I mean, I think that's part of the problem. I mean, Penix is pretty big,
You think
pretty big.
maybe it's the guy throwing the ball? You think
But
maybe
you know
that's
what?
the problem?
They got a pretty expensive backup waiting
Yeah,
there. I
they
don't know
got
why
this.
people aren't.
This I don't
I don't know
know.
why people aren't talking about
I don't
Kirk
know about
Cousins
you.
coming in.
If I have a $100 million car in the garage and my Jeep ain't getting it done,
Yeah,
I might bring out the $100 million tank
sure.
and run that around a little bit, see how that does.
Well, I think Tank might be taking it a little too far if you're referring to Kirk Cousins. That
Well,
just
that's
seems
true. Tank
it
isn't
seems like a
probably.
bridge too
If
far.
you
But
have a
the
$100 million balsa wood plane
there you go. Now you're much more
that
accurate.
really flies, though, if you can get it off the ground, it
It
can
can go.
fly.
It can go.
It can fly. It can crash and bust into a million pieces, but it can fly.
Well, I don't
You
know why
might want to
people.
consider. You might want to consider air balsa wood.
I don't know, and maybe they will let him try. I mean, I think that somebody asked that question actually in the media, and he said, and the coach said,
Oh yeah,
"No,
no, he's
no,
sticking with Penix. Yeah.
right." And he said, "We're not doing that." But whatever. I mean, you say that until you're fourth,
You say that until halfway through the next
right?
game, and you pull him and you put in Cousins, and you're like, "We're going to let this kid learn a little bit longer." And he
Yeah,
clearly needs to just watch, a
let him
real pro
mature.
go at it for a little while, and we'll pick this back up next
Or you
season.
could tell him, "Oh, Penix, it looks like that last hit you took really hurt." And he's like, "No, I'm fine." They're like, "No, I
No,
think you're not fine." You're right.
right. I
You
think
need to
you'll
maybe
need to meet the
go in the
doctor
tent. Go to the tent.
in the tent. He's got a 2 week notice he'd like you.
Right, exactly.
It's like getting the blue
Exactly.
tent turns into the HR
All
office.
right.
They
Oh
like to
man, am I getting written up? Oh, damn it.
they
All
like
right.
to see you in the blue tent.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that's one story. It's just something to think about. I know Penix is a problem, but maybe it helps Drake. Xavier Worthy is going to play. He will start this week. I don't know how active he'll be, but it is news. Jaden Daniels says, I feel good. I could play, but
But
I
it's
got to get
up
the
to the
okay from the
doctors
doctor,
from the
right?
team,
From the team doctors.
which is clearly his way of saying, I'm not going to force my way on the field. If they
Yes.
want me to wait another week, I'll wait another week.
Yeah. He's passing the buck. He's like, man, if it were up to me, I would totally go, but it's up
Right,
to
but
those
not up to me.
doctors.
But not up
It's
to
up to
me.
those doctors and coach. I don't know. Whatever they say goes. So,
Exactly. That's exactly what he's
smart,
doing. That's
smart.
very political on his part.
But I will say Marcus Mariota filled in admirably. And, if I'm coach or owner or GM or whatever, I don't know if I would rush Jaden Daniels back into the fray.
Well, this is the franchise of RG3.
Right. And I would
So
hope that they'd learned, although everything's new, the name, the
no,
owner,
I
right?
understand that,
Everything
but
is
I feel
different.
like that's their legacy. It is ruining RG3's career.
That was the
And
Redskins' legacy. These
and
are
I
the
feel
Commanders.
well, and that's the thing. If they don't want it to be their legacy, I think that's why they're like, no, well,
Right. You're right. We'll see if it can.
we'll
That's a
make
good point. We'll
sure
see. We'll
he's
see
yeah.
if they rush him back in, or maybe he's ready, and they're like, okay, doctors say he's a go, and everyone makes the decision, and he's okay. But I mean, if it were up to me, if he's even slightly not right, I'd wait. Mariota did great. I mean, he filled in well.
Serviceable. Very serviceable.
Serviceable. I shouldn't have said great. Just like tank.
Understood.
Anyway,
Great
overstated.
for the position that he was called to do.
The I guess the biggest. I was saving the best for last. There's some other crap in here, but it's been too long. I'm just going to go right to the big one. The new look of a Giants with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. Wow. I mean, I'm excited. Cam Scatterboo is incredible. And Russell's so bad that Dart has to do so little to be like the bar is set so low for him.
Yeah.
Now it is a tough matchup, and Harbaugh, what's up? What are you laughing at?
I mean, and then Russell comes out and he's like, I'm not quitting the NFL. I'm like, I don't think that's your choice next time.
No, it's like, yes, you're not. The NFL is quitting you.
Exactly. The
That's
NFL. Exactly. It's one of those,
right.
like one of those memes that like he has agreed to a deal with this team. Unfortunately, that team has not agreed to a deal with him.
Right. Exactly.
That's going to be the Russell Wilson meme all summer next year when he's agreeing to, and no one's going to want him. And I think this may be barring an injury, or some disastrous thing. But
I think he's done. I think they would have to go back. They would go to Jameis Winston, I believe, is the third string quarterback over there, and that would be super amazing and fun. I really kind of hope that's what happens for fantasy, especially for Malik Nabers.
Well, I mean, Wilson really he didn't make it easy on him. I mean, he didn't get. I mean, he threw it to the hallway.
That was so weird. That was so weird. What was it, fourth down? And I'm like, how? I'm just an interception is meaningless.
That's great. He threw it to the hallway.
It was really weird.
Oh my God, that was so fucking funny. He hit the goalpost. He threw one to the goalpost. What was he doing?
I don't know. I just think, yeah.
And anyway, I really feel like that was the last. Like, all right, this is the last chance. Good job. You're burnt.
Maybe he's crazy like a fox, right? And he's like, I'm gonna get all this money and come in with my Super Bowl, win and my Super Bowl second Super Bowl appearance, all that, and all the clout and whatnot. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna do for a little bit, and then I'm gonna blow it. I want to keep all this money. I'm not gonna have to risk my health.
No, I doubt that's the case. Crazy. I think he just sucks.
He seems like kind of an
Occam's
idiot.
razor. Sometimes the most obvious answer is the right one.
Yeah, he just sucks.
So moving on.
All right, well that's it. That's my news.
And now let's get into what are we gonna do? I mean, for the first 3 weeks, you could say it's this, it's that, we're expecting this, but third time is the charm. After the third time, you see what the trends are, and some of these guys have left us in an absolute lurch. And I will start with, what are we gonna do about Brian Thomas Jr.?
I will tell you the truth. What I am trying to do about Brian Thomas Jr. is buy low.
Smart. Because it's real low.
It's so low. But it's also real scary. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll trade for him. And I'm like, I don't want to. I like my guy. Like the guy I think I'm going to flip. I'm like, well, do I want him over them? And I know the name is huge. I just got a feeling something. I think. I don't know who the backup is over there in Jacksonville, but I think something is going to change. He's so talented.
He may be another guy, Trevor Lawrence, that's like, although they just paid him. They just gave him a bunch more money.
Well, they're idiots. That's another stupid.
And it really is one of those things like they just believe in it. The look, it looks like gold. It looks like gold. It must be gold. Look at this. This is gold, right? This must be gold. And
he was supposed to be
fool's gold.
He was supposed to be the second coming of Brady. Like he was number one in high school, number one in college. First game he ever he won the national championship as a junior. It was just like the writing, number one pick overall. Everything was going to be perfect. He went to
went to Jacksonville.
Right. He went to a crap team,
which is one of those franchises right there with the Browns and what I thought was also the Colts. But But oh yeah, but the Jets though, you can throw that in that pile
Okay,
of
so
teams
look,
that no matter what they do, they just find a way to fail. And when you talk about Brian Thomas Jr., it was surprising how dependable he was last season.
Mac
I
Jones.
It was Mac Jones.
Yep.
And so let me just share with you the what are we I think everyone, if you play multiple leagues the way we do,
Yep.
every year you have one team that's just snake bit. It just everything goes wrong with that fucking team. And for
If you lose
me,
by point five
it
points, kind of
seems
thing.
to be like for the fifth season in a row, it's my own comedians league, which is filled with very savvy fantasy footballers and also big time shit talkers. And it's my league. I'm the commissioner, and last place has to do a performance doing a set written by the other guys in the league. And guess who had to do that set last year? Me in my own league. Then, okay, and the guy that was in last place died. He died,
Oh, that's
and
not
then
funny.
his zombie team beat me in the final game.
Oh my God, that's right. You just left it. You didn't
I
change
didn't want to set
anything.
it because I'm like, I'm not setting my lineup. He's not here. We'll just let it play out. And he, from the grave, he fucking
Yeah, dude.
snatched victory from the jaws of
I don't
defeat.
think you're never winning that league.
Okay, so this year, let me just share with you how cursed this team is. I must share this with you. Okay,
Please.
so last year I drafted Jordan Love and CJ Stroud because I was like, oh, I'm not only going to have definitely at least one winner, I'm going to have a trade piece. I'm going to get somebody good as soon as somebody gets injured. I'll be like, I'll give you Stroud for Bijan. You know, like I really thought I had it. Then both those suckers just couldn't eat enough buckets of dicks. Okay, so that was
One
last
had an
season.
injury. One had an injury. Anyway, go on.
Sort of. He still played and ruined my season.
True.
So then this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I keep this. Nothing. My traditional strategies seem to fail me in this league. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to take Josh Allen round one. I'm doing it. That I don't want to worry about quarterback. I'm taking Josh Allen, and hopefully that I don't curse Josh Allen by taking him first. And I didn't. It was everybody else. It comes back around, second round, because now I'm thinking, okay, play Moneyball. I'm just looking for production. I'm looking for guys that are going to produce. Comes around, round two. You know who falls to me?
Joe
Brian
Burrow.
Thomas
Oh.
Jr.
Oh, stupid, of course.
Comes back around to me. I'm like, okay, I need an RB1. James Conner.
Oh.
Then it goes back around, and I'm like, okay, I still need I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this hot young running back, Treyveon Henderson. And then it goes back around again. I'm like, oh my God, thank God he's still there. Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, geez. God. But Treyveon Henderson, we could have a
We will
conversation.
talk about that.
Yeah.
We will. We'll get
But
that.
but Jerry Judy, the rest of it sucks. I mean, this is terrible.
Pew, pew, pew,
And
pew.
Jerry Judy should be a lot better. I don't
Four
know.
straight misfires in a row.
Yeah.
And again, yes, all were in position to do incredibly well. And all four are in the dirt. I'm literally starting both Keenan Allen and the other one, Johnston.
Quentin Johnson.
Quentin
That's
Johnston.
great.
Yeah, those are my replacements. Thank
They're
God
great.
I picked those
They're
out.
great. That's
Yeah.
you did well. I mean,
Like in
those
round
guys,
9, I got Keenan Allen, and then off the waiver wire, I immediately grabbed Johnston week 1.
brilliant. Dude, those guys are killing it right
They're
now.
bailing me out.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
and
amazing.
also round 5, Tony Pollard. Really strong. I mean, or round 6, Tony Pollard. So, I mean, it's been a rough ride, but you know what? My quarterback gets me 26 points or more every week, so there's that.
That really helps for sure.
Go ahead. Who do you have, or what are you going to do? What are we going to do?
I don't have any.
Okay,
no,
really quickly, Ashton Genty, this is not his fault. This offensive line is the worst offensive line I have ever seen in the history of football. I saw a stat today where his yards after contact are one more greater than his yards total.
Oh God, that's
which
one more
means
greater than his yards. That means, yeah.
that means
That means
every yard he's gained has been after contact. And there was one where he got hit behind the line, gained a yard, but was still tackled a yard short of the line.
wow.
This is how bad that line is.
And the calls they're drawing up for him. I don't like the way they're using him. I do not. And I think the coaching is part of it. The schemes. Maybe it's not the coach's fault. Maybe they tried, and he's still young and doesn't and needs.
But they won't throw it to him out in the flat.
That's my biggest issue.
He's
That's
great in space, and they keep sending him between the tackles, which is the weakest part of the line.
Yep. Yes. It's really odd. I don't understand it. I know that he had some stone hands early, but you don't take it all away and start putting in garbage. People. Look, you spent a 6th round pick in the real world.
Yes.
You spent a 6th round overall pick on a running back. You don't do that and then draw up these garbage plays and not use him the way. I mean, my God.
And that's the thing is when you see him get loose and actually begin to run, you see it. You see the magic.
Strong.
You see the magic.
I see the
but
potential.
He's just a man.
See it. Yes. I mean, it's crazy though, because I'm like, well, he's young and this and that. But then you look at Scadaboo, right? And it's like, well, this is what you're supposed to be, Genty.
Yeah.
And he's not.
Well, they're not giving him they're dropping short passes to him, getting him in space. They're doing they're doing a better job.
Scadaboo is a bruiser.
Yeah.
Genty just isn't. I mean, I know he
runs.
No,
Genty is. No, he is. He is. But when you got two 300-pounders on you, you're just a man.
Yeah. So what are we going to do? I mean, you
just got to wait it out. You just got to wait it out. But if you have Scadaboo on the bench, like I do in many leagues, I'm flipping him out.
Or Judkins. I would play Judkins or Scadaboo over Genty right now. But I do believe this week that it's going to be good for him. I really week 4.
It's a great matchup, and I agree with that. I've got that in my notes too. I'm down with that as well.
I do, and if it's not, then there's a real problem either with Genty or with the coaching and the whole management of the offense. Like there's going to have to be a shakeup because he really does have it. He's had enough time. He understands the speed of the NFL now. He's played some tough opponents. This one is a little bit soft, and he was amazing in college. I think something's going to click. Everyone's saying the same things we are. I mean, we're not alone, saying this stuff.
Yeah.
So I know that the coaches, the ownership, they all hear it too. They must.
Yeah.
And so they're going to do something different this week. And I really believe it's going to be good for him.
And just to accelerate this, let's just move on. I just want to do one more. Well, there's so many more. What are we going to do about Marvin Harrison Jr.? I'm afraid the guy might genuinely be a bust. I mean, 18, then 4, then 7. Like, this is not good.
Go
ahead.
My immediate answer to what are we going to do about Marvin Harrison Jr. is we're going to look for teams that have Genty. It's not us. They're probably 0-3, right? And we're going to see if we can move Harrison and grab Genty. We're going to try to trade. We're going to try to make a trade.
I don't know who would ever make that trade ever in a million years.
I played a league with this 78-year-old woman, my mom's league. And I think I'm going to try to I'm not going to say trade rate because that's not right to do to an old lady. Not right to do to an old lady, but I'm going to try to propose a trade. And there is
other busts we have to deal with are Travis Hunter, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerry Jeudy, and of course there's a lot of concern around Dak, whether he can produce now that he doesn't have Lamb for 3 or 4 weeks. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, him and Lamb is him. He is Lamb. Like I don't know
Lamb.
who. I am Lamb. I love Lamb.
I love Lamb.
He's from Anchorman. I love Lamb.
Yeah, I know.
I love Lamb. That's Dak Prescott right now. And now he doesn't have Lamb. And I wonder, the chemistry is developing with Pickens, but it's not there yet all the way. Now, although I do like the opportunity for Kevontae Turpin, someone he does have chemistry with, that has a lot of talent, that hasn't had an opportunity. I mean, Tolbert, I think, is very viable too, but I like the opportunity for Turpin. But
I've been talking about Turpin since week 1.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean,
just don't think, but I don't think Dak is usable until Lamb comes back.
no, he's not. But who is Ferguson? How many targets did he get that game? I think it was 14.
And he is
He
in my
caught
must starts.
13.
He is by far the top number one tight end in my must starts this week. So
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, so this is a guy you can count on. But no, you bench Dak. You don't drop him.
you don't drop him, no,
I
because it's
dropped
early in the season.
I dropped Isaiah Pacheco. I've done
I did too.
I'm done letting that. I had real high hopes. I wanted to believe. I thought I saw it during preseason, and I really
The steps look like the angry runs look like they were back,
I know.
but
Look, he
he
was
can't.
mad at the
He
ground.
can't find any room. He can't
No,
find any new. And Kareem Hunt is doing a little bit
fine.
better
He's
because
doing
he's a little
fine.
bit more of a pounder. And it seems like that's the only way you could get yards on the ground right now with that, with what's going on there, without their major pass game to back everybody off.
Yeah. I
So
mean, he's the one that I would, if I had to roster a Kansas City running back, I would take him.
yeah,
But I got rid of Pacheco. So what was
I
the
did as
other?
well.
Oh, Travis Hunter is another drop.
Yeah.
Didn't they just lose a defensive player, the Jags? And and Hunter's gonna take more defensive snaps.
Well,
Gonna cut into his offensive snaps, and it's just not happening.
that's what I'm saying. It's so funny you say that because I was literally thinking, I feel like it's trending towards him becoming a defensive player.
He was always better that way anyway.
It seems like
pretty
that's where
good,
his
but
better production is. He's not producing on the offensive end. And I just feel like, and now, like you said, with that injury, I feel like he's trending towards becoming a defensive
defensive.
specialist. And so I think he might be droppable. And in fact, I dropped him in one league.
Yeah, I think he's definitely droppable.
I dropped him for Sterling Shepard, who's got to
there you
step
go.
up now.
That's exactly the name I was going to bring up. That's a perfect,
Yeah.
if you need a play this week and I mean, look, these names aren't sexy. We're digging it. This is where we're at. It sucks. It's week 4. Sterling Shepard. I would take him over Travis Hunter. In fact, I hate to say, well, not this week, but maybe over BTJ as well. There is an issue with Trevor.
I would this
and
week
it needs to
over
be addressed.
BTJ, absolutely. Because if it's one thing if it's one thing you can count on in this world, you can count on death, taxes, and Baker Mayfield slinging the ball. Okay?
Yes.
You can take that to the bank. Who's out there?
Although
I'm throwing to him.
I'm nervous because Baker did pop up on the injury report.
He did, but I feel like they do this to justify giving him rest time during the week with a lot of the older players.
Plus, I watched him get broken in half and jump right back up and yell at somebody.
Well, and that's probably what they're letting rest. Because that leg, it hurt him, but he was like, fuck you, I'm going to win this game now. And he did. And that's what I'm saying. You can count on death, taxes, and Baker Mayfield throwing the ball.
Yes. He's amazing. And rushing.
Jalen McMillan. He made Jalen McMillan a star at the end of last season.
Scotty Miller.
That was no one's even. Yeah, I mean,
Scotty Miller.
He is going to throw the ball. Guaranteed. Incredible. No matter what, whoever's out there, he is going to sling it.
It's so impressive.
That's why I love him in fantasy.
Yeah, I love him. I love him in fantasy. I love him in reality. He's really making me a big fan. I'm starting to like the Bucks. I mean, I always like Bucky. Anyway, I enjoy that whole vibe over there.
Yeah,
they seem real plucky,
and it feeds off of Baker. It's definitely Baker's vibe. He's the vibe.
Captain.
Baker's the vibe.
Pretty cool. Okay, so
this is the week.
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Because now it leads right into. So this is the week. Brian Thomas Jr. gets involved with a touchdown. I'm going to predict about 14 and a half fantasy points, which would be like, oh my God, yay, huge.
Versus who?
It is versus San Francisco, I do believe.
Okay. Wow.
Alexa, who played the Jacksonville Jaguars this week?
The Jacksonville Jaguars played the Houston Texans.
Oh, Houston.
Oh, Texans. That's right. Wait.
Alexa, stop.
No, that's all right. The Texans play Tennessee this week.
I think I am right. All right, now I'm going to have to say that I have a problem with Alexa in this new
Yeah,
AI.
now we got to look that up.
I'm almost positive it's San Francisco. I want to say that's what it was, but
Okay.
anyway,
Anyways, but you expect him to get involved. You're going to say this is the week 14
he
and a
gets a
half.
touchdown. He gets a touchdown. He's sort of
Let
he
me let me check in my loser league that I've got him in. That team, the cursed team, they are at San Francisco,
They
who of
are at
course
San Francisco.
is now without Joey Bosa.
Oh, terrible. Yes.
Quit paying the
Terrible.
Bosa brothers. They can't stay on the field.
No. Yeah.
They need to
Plus,
take that
they
into account more when they write those checks because those
and
guys have never played a whole season.
they also seem like they're kind of dicks.
Yeah.
So stop paying these guys. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
BTJ involved, gonna get a
All right.
touchdown.
All right. For me, this is the Treyveon Henderson week. We've been waiting for it. I know you got him against me in our league of record.
Thank God.
I have him in other leagues where I need him, particularly my comedians league where I need him. And this isn't a statement based out of need. This is a statement based out of the mistakes that Ramondre Stevenson and Gibson made last week. I think they both fumbled.
Correct.
And I think the door is now cracked open, not flown open.
I feel it's thrown open.
But cracked open for Henderson to throw it open.
Love it. Love it.
And I think given this opportunity, I think this is a great opportunity for Treyveon Henderson. I like him a lot this week.
You know what we call that when the door is slightly open and you slam it open? We call that scatabooing.
That's right.
He's going to scataboo right through that door.
Through it.
He's going to come out swinging.
And Carolina's a good matchup. I mean, they are playing better.
Their defense, actually, I'm trying to figure out what's true. I'm still confused about their defense. Is it good or is it?
It is if you're playing Atlanta.
Right. That's what they look like. Like unbeatable.
Michael Penix got the hook against Carolina.
I lost my eliminator challenge, by the way, on that. I was like, okay, anybody versus Carolina. I went right there and I was like, oh yeah, they should.
It cost me a major pick in my in the Pick'em League. I had him for like 13, 14 points.
Yeah, I had him as the one out of everyone. I'm like, that's
just
the
hand
one
it to Bijan, you'll win. Just hand it to Bijan, you'll win.
I don't understand. Anyway, yes. So,
okay, so this is the week, Treyveon Henderson week. Light it up.
Okay, well, I like that we're talking about rookie running backs because I think this is the week that Ashton Genty breaks out. He will finish as a top 10 running back this week. He's got a good matchup versus Chicago. And like we were talking about earlier, they all hear the noise. They know that there's issues. I got a real good feeling about, quite frankly, I think the Vegas is going to upset Chicago. I think Vegas will win the game.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I think this is the week that Kevontae Turpin shows up on the NFL stage. I think this is the week he has that kind of game where people are like, hey, this guy is pretty good. Okay.
So this is going to be like 2 years ago. Well, he showed up. He's been on the stage for a minute.
But he didn't really, nobody talked about him. Nobody's been like this. I feel like this is the week people will talk about him. Anyway. You alone, because you're a Cowboys, but I talk about it. Nobody's been talking about him the whole time. No, and when he was making waves, it was as a kick returner. I'm telling you, I think this is the week that the NFL sees him as a true NFL wide receiver.
Okay, give me an actionable here. What number wide receiver does he finish? Is he a top 25? Is he a top? Give me a number.
Top 25.
I like that.
Top 25. Top 25.
That's good.
I think he finishes
a wide receiver too, but clearly he's going to be the guy, not Tolbert.
And I think it's really and I think it's going to be on a splash play. I think there's going to be one or two splash plays that you're going to see, and you're going to be that the guy's pretty electric. That's what I think.
Crazy fast.
Yeah,
he's really good, and he's pretty talented as far as catching the ball. He's talented, and given those jet sweeps too, they do that a lot. He's really good, because he's a return specialist. That's how he started. So, you give that guy the jet sweep. It's like, okay, I'm returning a punt.
Yeah.
I just got to go break through everybody.
Go around. Yeah.
He's great.
I like him. I think he's going to show up this week. I think we'll be talking about Cavante Turpin.
I really hope you're right. It would be wonderful if that's what we're talking about instead of Micah Parsons. I really hope it's Cavante Turpin.
Well, we'll probably be talking about that too. I mean,
we'll be definitely talking about that. You know what? This is the week. This is the week. Let's add fuel to the fire that Jordan Love is QB number 1 and Matthew Golden gets his first NFL touchdown.
I could go along with that. I can absolutely listen if there were ever an opportunity. And I have Jordan Love absolutely as a must start. So
yeah, Cowboys.
There you go.
I
think this is the week that the Colts take an L at the Rams.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
Yeah,
really
I think this is the one where they finally run into the real NFL competition.
I've got that at 3 points on on the scale of the points, the confidence league.
Right.
Pick them. I've got it down there, and the other 1 and 2 are both upsets. So like it's my lowest. That's not an upset, right? Is that game, because I honestly don't know, because Jonathan Taylor is like it's what happens when an immovable object and an unstoppable force come together. Like Jared Verse and Jonathan Taylor are going to meet in the middle, and that whole Rams, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun,
and it's in LA. All I'm saying is they're going to take their first L.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know if it's going to be a total smackdown, but they're going to lose.
I only have 2 more, and I'll do them, back to back if you don't mind.
That's
quick.
fine. Go for it. Yeah, get him in.
Cortland Sutton is going to finish as the wide receiver number 1.
I like that. I've got him on my must starts too.
Cincinnati, almost as bad as the Cowboys.
Right? I mean, fight like Joe Burrow goes in, and everyone's like, "Why are we playing football?
Quit.
There's no point in playing football."
Done.
Yeah, let's just, okay, guys. I mean, I guess we'll put on the uniforms. We'll go out there, but we're not going to play. We're not going to play. Burrow's not coming back till December. We're not playing.
I'm not going to risk CTE on a season where we have no shot at the
Jake
Super Bowl.
Browning.
For Jake Browning. Anyway.
He had a shot last week to show up and say, "Hey, guys, we got a chance," and he got drilled. So,
well, I feel
like he deflated that balloon real fast.
For sure. I know you're going to love this one, and I am very passionate about it. I believe with all my heart that Derrick Henry will be running back number 1 versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I saw his face. I know we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and the fumbles and all this stuff, and it's weird, and it's not okay, and he's like in his head. It could go either way. Either he's got the yips, and this is maybe the beginning of the end, which
like
sucks.
The Adrian Peterson season where he could not hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it happens to the best of them, and maybe he's just in his head about it now, and that's what's up. But I believe in Derrick. I've seen, because of you, you're such a big fan. You show me all this stuff, all the workouts with the running up the hill with, dragging a bus behind him or whatever the hell he's doing.
He's an insane person.
Crazy stuff. And it's just amazing. So I know that he's got a work ethic and he's so passionate. And I'm telling you, that whole team they're going to beat the fuck. I know we're not saying that word, but they're going to beat the hell out of Kansas City. They're going to destroy them. That's what I
they're a little.
It won't even be close.
They're a little in their heads too, and they're playing in Kansas City. So I'm not so on the destroy tip, but I do think they'll win. For me, I have one more, and that this is the week that Malik Neighbors goes off.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh yeah,
Jackson Dart, game 1,
and that's the thing. I don't think that. You can't count on Jackson Dart. I think he'll throw 3 interceptions in the process, and one of them will be a pick 6. But I think he's been sitting on the sidelines watching his guy not get fed by this guy, and he knows his job going in there is to feed that guy the ball. And I think he's going to be forcing it to him no matter what all day long. And I think he's going to get it. I think Neighbors will have a monster day, even if they lose, and even if it's not great for Jackson Dart statistically. I feel like that's the way he's going to see the game.
I really hope that if that happens, that it is, death by 1,000 paper cuts. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that they don't, because right now they're trying all these moon balls, and it's just, everybody knows you're going to this guy. It's the one guy, everyone's keyed on him, but he's really good at running routes. He
Yeah.
can shake
Well,
you
that's what I
off
think.
and
It's
do a
not going to be all just
turnaround.
waiting for a moon ball. That's what I'm saying. It's
I
going to be
hope that it's
boom,
not.
boom, boom,
Yes.
boom, boom. Like
I
he's
wanna
going to get the
see-
work he deserves.
West Coast offense, I would like to see that, implemented with those two and make it easy on them. You got one
And
of the best
Neighbors can
receivers.
create after the
Yeah.
catch. His yards after the catch can be phenomenal.
I'm
He's
very
got to get him the
excited.
ball.
I'm very excited to watch this with this whole new situation. That's a whole new team.
Well, and also it ignites everybody else's energy.
Right.
And I've watched this kid's the new Josh Allen.
Easy. We're being recorded.
I will stand on business.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Shall we do it?
Yes.
We move on to must starts and must
Let's go to
sits?
must starts, must sits. Quarterback wise, I've got two must starts: Jordan Love, which we've already covered, and Bo Nix in a big time bounce back versus Cincinnati Monday Night Football. They're at home in Denver. Cincinnati's a dumpster fire.
Oh,
I think it's a
juicy.
rebound, get right game for Bo Nix and pretty much everybody except for RJ Harvey on that team.
Which is a shame, by the way. Anyway, that's a side bet. Anyway,
So what about two quarterback must starts?
Okay, mine are Bo Nix. And I am benching Baker Mayfield and playing Geno Smith against you in our league of record, which I am 0-3 because of Ashton Genty and Ramondre Stevenson. And anyway, but
I 1000% support that decision.
don't be it. Geno Smith is going to have a monster game. He's going to throw it to Genty. He's going to pepper Tucker and Jacoby with targets. He's going to be, and he's very accurate. He had one bad game, week 2, right? So it feels like, oh, well, that's so recent in your mind. But if you look at his numbers over the course of the last couple of years, since he's actually made his comeback, he's been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league.
Accuracy, I don't think has been the problem.
Well, I think that he's got a good
line.
matchup.
The line can't give him time.
He's got a good matchup with Chicago. He's got, and it also really depends.
You already said you think Vegas is going to win this game.
I do, and it would be great if Brock Bowers was maybe a little step closer to full. Like if he could make one step up, that would be a big help. But I still think that he's a must start. Those are my quarterbacks.
Okay.
So you got running backs.
Running backs. I have Quinshon Judkins.
Love that.
Versus Detroit. Listen, this game's not this team has proven they can hang with anybody purely by the strength of their defense.
How many yards did Derrick Henry get week 1 against the Browns?
Against the week 1?
Not week 2. That when
week
he played,
2, and I think it was like 36 yards.
You're right. How many yards did Josh Jacobs get last week?
Again, like under 40 yards.
About 36. I mean, Gibbs, Montgomery, sit him. It's not going to happen.
You don't sit them, but this defense is unreal. And now that they have this run game to go with it, it just might open the basket. And going against a team like Detroit, you would think that they're going to have to throw at a certain point. So, but I mean, I think that Judkins is going to be a big part of that game plan, and I think he's going to do great.
Love it. He's already shown.
Other two running backs, Scatterboo versus the Chargers. I just think he's electric, must start. And Trey Benson versus Seattle, Arizona, taking over, big time talent, big time opportunity. I think if you got him, light him up. I don't know who else they got. I mean, Isaac Garendo I think it's going to be the Trey Benson show.
Oh no, it's DeMarcado.
Oh, DeMarcado.
Right?
No, I think it's Garendo.
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's DeMarcado, but trust me, because I was looking at these guys.
Oh, okay.
In fact, DeMarcado is one of my sleepers. But
you're right. Garendo's still at San Francisco. You're right.
So my two are, I'm shocked that you didn't, but I guess you sort of already alluded to it, but my two are Treyveon Henderson.
Right.
As must start this week.
Agreed.
Gonna kick it out. Gonna
Well, I mean, I
the
already
door.
said this is the Treyveon Henderson week, so
He's gonna scatterboo the door
Yeah.
open, and then and I'm gonna put my stamp on it again. I'm saying I want you to have confidence in Ashton Genty this week. Those are must starts for me. Both of these rookies, I understand, but this is my belief. I think everything is right. It's been 4 weeks. These guys have the right situation in front of them.
Okay. Move on to wide receivers. My 3 are Tyquan Thornton for Kansas City.
Whoa, with Xavier Worthy coming back?
Yes, and I think it actually helps him
Okay.
because I think there's even more of a connection with Thornton deep than there was with Worthy. It's just there, man. It's just
It is pretty good.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think Worthy helps him. So
You're
until
probably
Rashee
right.
Rice comes back, I mean, Worthy may have to worry about Thornton taking some of his business.
Dang. Okay.
My other one is Sutton.
Yeah.
You know, versus
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, the golden.
The get right game. The get right game. The get right game.
Pillow.
Yeah. And
the
Garrett Wilson at Miami. I mean, he's proven it doesn't matter which one of these 2 quarterbacks is thrown to him. He's the focal point. Garrett Wilson, you can fire him up. Must start.
Tyrod does seem to dig him.
He does. And if he gets another start, it's even more so of a must start. But even if Fields starts, Fields likes him too.
He likes him too. Everyone should like him. He's extremely talented. Love those picks, by the way. And it's good because they give you confidence when you're scared. That's a scary, like Garrett Wilson. It's been okay, but it never feels good. It never feels. You need someone to help you. Go ahead, put him in.
Yeah.
Anyway, this I want to say must start. The Deebo Samuel versus Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I do not know if McLaurin is going to play, and if he does, is he at full strength?
If you're looking for other doctors to say your leg's going to be okay, your leg's not going to be okay.
Right.
You're doctor shopping to get the answer you want. No, your leg's not. Even if you go out there, it ain't going to be good.
But I will tell you what, Terry, if you're listening, my doctor will help you. He
will give you the prescription.
DM me, and I'll hook you up. If you're looking for a good doctor, I got one.
Okay.
Anyway. So Deebo, and I had all these ones that I wanted to say, and I really wanted to put Matthew Golden in here. I had it so close, and I crossed them out. Instead,
you put him in the Flyers, I think. Yeah.
I did. That's exactly what I did. I crossed them out, and I'm saving them for the Flyers. But the one that I landed on, Jacoby Myers. Forget about Trey Tucker. I understand he just went crazy. But again, if
on everyone's bench.
On everyone's bench, exactly. And as soon as you put them in, those guys are the ones that as soon as you put them in, it goes back. It's the back and forth.
Without question.
And Jacoby is solid. I mean, he's always been solid. He's great. We all know he's just not sexy, for fantasy. He's just like but he's super dependable. And I think this game is going to be, I think Vegas will win. I think that Geno is going to go off. Ashton Genty is going to go off. And if Bowers can get a little bit, it's going to open up. Jacoby is going to come back. He's not going to let Trey Tucker take his job. He's going to, trust me, he's talking to Geno and saying, hey, that was neat. This week it's my turn. He's working on it. Anyway.
Okay.
So those are mine.
Tight ends. I only have one must start because you're pretty much playing anybody that's productive, but it is Ferguson versus Green Bay. He's proven that without Lamb, his number 2 safety blanket is Ferguson. And you saw it at the end of the last game, Ferguson. I think it'll be a lot more of the same. I think 100%. Ferguson probably, in terms of overall targets, will probably wind up being number one in terms of targets. It'll 100%. Be Ferguson. If you have Ferguson, boy, you got a real advantage this week.
Especially PPR. I mean, that's huge. He doesn't have to score it because he won't. I mean, he don't. That's the one place he can't catch the ball is in the end zone. He'll catch it everywhere else, but not there. But if you get 20 catches, you're fine. It's like he scored.
Exactly.
I have Jake Ferguson as well, but I also have Harold Fannin Jr., I like him this week because I think he's a must start as far as, you know, over Njoku. I think that he's a must start. He's going to get the majority of the targets, in my opinion. He's younger. They're already developing this chemistry. And I think that both teams have a good defense, Detroit and Cleveland. So when you get in that situation, people like Jameson Williams and people like Laporta, the tight ends and these guys who run the short routes, they're the ones that feed. And
Yeah.
I think he'll be one of those guys. And I was so close to putting him as a must start, but I had to put him in Flyers, and I will mention that when we get to Flyers. I will tell you who it is when we get there.
Okay, and now let's move on to must sits. For me, there's nothing really special that you wouldn't sit anyway for me in the quarterbacks. For me, it really starts with the wide receivers. I think there's 3 you have to sit. It is Drake London versus Washington. Until we see something, I think you got to sit him. Ridley, he's getting the targets, ain't catching the ball. I think he needs to sit down.
Manor is better. I'd rather have Io Manor.
And then Hollywood Brown versus Baltimore. He just
disappeared. He did his thing.
He does nothing. He just isn't even on. And now Worthy's back and Taekwon's developed.
And you'd rather have Thornton over Hollywood Brown.
Absolutely. I think that's why I think Hollywood Brown is an absolute afterthought at this point. In my mind, he's dropping.
Wow. That's bold. I don't know about, I have to think on that one, but I agree with the other sentiments that you just espoused. Must sit for quarterbacks. I do have 2, and you go ahead and laugh, but Baker Mayfield is a must sit this week. We love him. I love him. He is on my team. If the unpublished quarterbacks, show we did, I told you I was targeting Baker Mayfield, but to this week versus Philly without Mike Evans, and he's banged up now. It all is bad. I just feel like this is going to be a big Bucky game. But also Dak Prescott. And I know that you probably are doing that anyway versus Green Bay.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. I would have.
But I felt like you got to say it out loud.
Yeah,
I think you should say it out loud.
Yeah, as much as I think there might be some splash plays here and there, overall, I don't think he's startable either.
So, and that kind of goes for you gave your wide receivers. I have 2, and they're big names. And one of them seems obvious. The other one, I still think you will agree, but you got to sit T. Higgins. You just don't know. I mean, I think he got 3 targets last week. Browning, I don't know what's going on. I'm out. And then DK Metcalf. He's
someone you were high on going into the season.
I really was.
And I really tried to temper that. I was like,
I know you did. You were right. He's the same. You were right. I always fall for it, man. That always wrap him up in a new package and send him over here, and he's going to be like, oh wow, he's always the same.
Yeah,
a bust. He's a buster. Anyway, so Minnesota, we just saw what they did. Their
defense is solid.
Ridiculous.
I remember what I said about Carson Wentz wanting his Nick Foles season.
Yeah,
I think we got a little glimpse.
You
of
nailed
that.
it. I think you nailed that.
A little glimpse of that.
That's a good.
He's
like, nail.
this is his. He's like, I want to be the guy to come in and take a team to the title.
Yeah, my God, I can't blame him. I kind of hope he gets it. He was so close.
Well, considering this McCarthy guy can't seem to stay on the field, I think he's got a real good shot. Even if McCarthy comes back, he'll get knocked back out again in a few weeks. Right. And Wentz will get to finish his.
If Wentz keeps winning, they'll be like, oh, JJ, take another week, heal up.
Exactly. But with Wentz, and you have Justin Jefferson, and then you have
Jordan Addison's back this week.
And Jordan Mason. I feel like for Carson Wentz, this could be his Nick Foles season.
Nick Foles. I love that. That would be so cool. Now I want it to happen. What a poetic justice.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be
awesome? Really would. I would be happy for him.
I would be really happy for him too. I really would be too.
I don't know why, but it's just good. I like a comeback story.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. Anyway, so T. Higgins and TK Metcalf, those are mine. What about running backs? Do you have a couple that we just can't?
I don't, but I do have a tight end, and this is going to blow your mind. And this is going to be like your sit of what was the quarterback you just said? Who was it?
Baker.
Baker. It's like that. But I'm going to
Uh-oh.
tell you right now,
Oh, shit.
sit Mark Andrews. He's like the Tucker thing. He's going to have that one big game and then right back down to where it was before, right? When everyone rushes to start him. Listen, trade him away. Trade him right now. Go pick up Isaiah
Yes,
Likely, put
that's
him
the
on your
real
bench,
answer.
and
Yes.
trade Mark Andrews right fucking now.
And now that is actionable fucking advice. I love that. That is great. You should do that. Instead, when I had him in one team and it was so gross, I dropped him like right away. Just totally after week one, I was like, all right, you know what?
He's a wash.
I'm done. I've seen enough. You know, I was done.
Week one is a mirage.
Week one, but I was using week one and then looking at all of the other stuff behind it, including the 2-point conversion drop, and I'm like, all these things are the most recent things that he did, and I was like, you know what? F you, buddy, and I got rid of him.
Well, I know they were trying to get him out of his head about the way he blew it for the whole team in the end of their season last year by just not catching a 2-yard pass. It was very cold, and the ball was probably just a brick. But his whole job was to catch that ball.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was in his head about it. Now I think they gave him the game to get out of his head. I think he floats right back down to where he was before. It's more about Derrick Henry. They'll get it to Zay Flowers. It'll be about everybody else except Mark Andrews. Sit Mark Andrews.
I totally agree with this as well. The sitting Mark Andrews, I agree with that. And it seems hard to do after 27 points. I mean, he had just like the incredible game, and he looked like, oh, I'm back, baby. It's that last gasp, you know.
Right, it's the spark of life. Like, oh my God, he looks so good. He look, oh no, he's dead.
But I love what you said about Zay Flowers. You know, Zay got very few targets in that game.
Right, because they were specifically trying to
get Andrews the ball. And it was detrimental to the team, even though it was great for Andrews. In the end, it was detrimental because they lost.
Yep.
And they didn't use all their weapons the way they could have. Now, granted, Henry had a part to play with his fumbles, but Zay being not involved, I think, was a big reason why they lost that game. And they learned their lesson. They're not going to do it again.
Yeah.
So I love what you said there. My one tight end to sit is Dallas Goedert versus Tampa Bay. They're the 6th best defense, Tampa Bay, versus the tight end. And their defense is pretty solid across the board anyway. But the tight end is that's where they're actually the best. So
yeah, the only problem with that is that there's so little tight end availability of production.
Don't worry, I'm going to give you one here in the Flyers and sleepers that I'd play over him.
But I mean, when he plays, he usually is productive. He caught one pass, it was a touchdown. I mean, this is what he does.
So,
but I get it.
You know, I will see. And I did have 2 running backs to sit, and I hate to say this. I mean, one of them's easy. You must sit, and you got to say it out loud. But you know, you drafted him in the 3rd round, but you got to sit Chase Brown. It's just not happening. It's not happening.
Well, that whole Bengals team is in shambles right now because of
correct. And then, and I hate to say this one, but Javonte Williams this week.
Oh yeah,
must sit versus Green Bay.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
They're not going to let that. They're not going to let this continue. No, it's been an incredible run, and I am impressed. And I admit I was wrong, you know, about Javonte and what he would do for the team. I was one of the guys that was like, screw him, I'm going for Jaden Blue. And you know, I held on to him until last week or whatever too. And I'm like, oh, this is clearly a waste of my bench spot. And I got it
remember,
wrong.
I went to training camp and I came back and I told her, I said, from what I could tell, it looks like it's going to be Javonte Williams. And I was not happy about it. Yeah. But that was clear that he was the one going into this season. And the worst part is he's been so productive and then they just get away from it. He's the only part working, and then they stopped using him. They stopped doing it. And I love Shoddy so far, but the usage with him, I think, has been a little wonky.
Right on. So those are, that's it. That's what I got.
Okay.
For my starts and sits.
Yep.
Should we go
Let's
right
go.
into don't be surprised and then some sleepers and flyers? And do you have a lock?
I do have a lock. I actually have two. One is definitely more of a lock than the other. I have a lock and a roll the dice.
Nice. Well, I think let's do our don't be surprised just real quick. And we'll
Okay.
try to do these like without too much, unless there's something pressing. So we
For
can
me, it's don't be surprised. I only have the one, but don't be surprised if the Giants give the Chargers a scare. I'm starting the Chargers defense in a lot of spots. I think they will get some turnovers on the guy, but I just think this kid is going to inspire this team to play their best. And
Agreed.
Scattaboo is going to inspire this team to play their best. And they have a defense that has been uninspired that will now be inspired to go out there and shut shit down. Don't be surprised if the Giants make this much more of a game than anyone thinks it's going to be.
Spoiler alert, that is my number one pick, my 1 point pick. The lowest, I took the Giants as an upset. For 1 point.
For 1 point, yeah.
Just 1 point. But
I
look,
believe
that
it, but I don't believe it that much.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll still get like where everyone, if you lose 14 and I gain one, good on me.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if Geno Smith is a top 5 quarterback this
Boy,
week.
you really trying to speak that into existence.
Don't be surprised if the Browns stop both Gibbs and Monty from gaining over 50 rushing yards combined.
Whoa.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. And don't be surprised if Quinshawn Judkins finishes as a top 10 running back this week. I know
that
you
will
won't.
not surprise me. That will not. I'm big time on the Quinshawn train.
Yep. And you mentioned it earlier, so I know you won't be. But Jamison Williams, don't be surprised if he is the leading wide receiver for the Detroit Lions this week versus the Cleveland Browns. They're going to take away the longer passes and it's either going to be him. I think it's either going to be him or Laporta. I'm going to go with him as far as wide receiver goes. He'll be the leading wide receiver. Most targets, most yards.
Okay. All right.
Sleepers, flyers, what you got?
For me, a sleeper flyer is Justin Fields at Miami. Again, he should be coming back.
I was going to say, are we sure he is playing?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like he's going to come back. He's trending towards playing. And if he does, I like him a lot versus Miami, primarily because of his running floor. I think he'll have a lot of opportunity to run. My other flyers are Jerry Jeudy, who I know has been terrible, but now with the Quinshawn Judkins getting going and the fact that it's against Detroit, and at a certain point, they're going to have
How much
to
is he in DFS?
I don't know, but it's probably very cheap.
Got it. Just curious.
But I like Jeudy, and the other guy I like, Sterling Shepard. I think Sterling Shepard has tremendous opportunity. He's already got the rapport. They've known each other since college, and they already showed it last week when he went out. He turned to Sterling Shepard. I think he's got a great role opposite of Mika Egbuka. I like him a lot as a flyer.
That's a great call. The Sterling Shepard one is great. For me, I've got both Marcus Mariota and Carson Wentz as flyers.
Yeah.
As flyer quarterbacks. They could be his Nick Folk season. And Mariota, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he just keeps doing stuff and he's making it work. He's running. He still can run.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember when he caught his own pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, anyway, and I like that part. I like that Carson Wentz. I feel like he's like, this is my Nick Foles. This is my chance to come in and dance at your wedding. So
Carson Wentz is 5,100 and Marcus Mariota is 5,000.
So
that's
nice
pretty low.
It's going to save you like 3,000
for a quarterback. And if you're under 5,000, you're backup. My running back ones, I've got Ollie Gordon versus the Jets for 4,500. Miami. I don't know if you've been watching any of this Miami team, and seeing any of this Ollie Gordon guy work. He's a big dude. I was going to say kid, but you don't call a man that size a kid.
Yeah.
And he's strong. He's got some speed and he's got some, I don't know, something. He's got some juice. He's got something.
He does, but he's also seems to be one of those guys that's one amazing play, one shitty play.
I mean, I'm just saying as a sleeper flyer, he is.
Oh, listen, I get it. I would, I should have picked him up on some of my teams, but I just didn't.
for a DFS play, $4,500. These are flyers.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely.
Woody Marks over in Texas versus Tennessee, he's only 4,400. If you need to make room, if you want Puka Nakua, if you want like somebody who you think is going to have a ridiculous amount of targets, or if you want a Malik Neighbors, or if you want whatever you think is going to be the main guy, you're gonna have to save on the running backs. Amari DeMarcado is 4,300. Benson's good. Marcado's not bad. He had a lot of opportunities last season. There were some injuries, or what? Maybe it was 2 seasons ago.
It may have been
Anyway,
2 seasons ago.
It may have been 2 seasons ago. But I've seen him work, and he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep switching these guys out. I'm curious to see how it goes. I think he'd be an interesting guy. He's certainly a flyer, 4,300, super cheap. Wide receivers. Did you give all? You gave all yours.
Oh yeah, I did mine already. Yep. Judy, and Sterling Shepard.
Oh right. Wide receivers. I got Matthew Golden, as I spoke of earlier, 5,200, which I still think is kind of high for that. But Rashad Bateman. Yes. 4,800. Again, I believe that they're going to destroy Kansas City. Okay. Everyone's going to eat. And then Romeo Dobbs versus Dallas.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. And remember, I said Romeo Dobbs is going to frustrate you because you're going to start him and he ain't going to do shit. And that's what he did. But then this week, you start him and he's going to go nuts. They got a great opportunity. Again, it's against our beloved Dallas Cowboys, who are not going to have a great season. But the defense stinks. You can throw the ball on them. So I think, yes, I agree with that. I like Dobbs. I'm firing him up too.
Yep, he's great. He's actually less than Golden, which is crazy. 4,500. I mean, I think him and Wicks. I don't know how Wicks is probably 3,800. And then for tight ends, this may seem crazy, but there's two of them, and this is the one that I was going to say is a must start, but really it's just a flyer. I'm going to say Cade Otton because I think they got to bench Baker because of this matchup, right? But I think that he's going to be forced into throwing these quick throws, and Cade has been there for him in the past. We've seen it work. He's been absent this season.
Just saw this happen with Ferguson in Dallas. This could easily be Otton.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. I see that.
He's been absent. No Mike Evans. So, I like that a lot. Definitely try that one. And then TJ Hawkinson, 3,900. So Cade Otton's 3,400. These are the bottom of the barrel. And TJ Hawkinson versus Pittsburgh, 3,900. TJ's been pretty bad too. But we like Carson. We like the matchup. Pittsburgh, we thought had a great defense. Turns out it's not.
I know. I let it go. I switched it out. Although it scored great last week, which I knew it would, which I think was versus the Jets. No, not the Jets. But it was someone they were New England. And they were able to, I knew they were going to be able to rack up a lot of points. And they did. And I was like, thank you and good night.
And goodbye. Thank you and goodbye. Yep. So TJ Hawkinson versus Pittsburgh, I think is a great one. And then here's crazy stuff for DFS. Defenses. I've got two of them. The lowest number is 2,000. All right. I've got one that's 2,200 and one that's 2,300. These, try them out if you really need extra money. The Browns versus Detroit, 2,200. Right. And then the Titans versus Houston, 2,300. These are some flyers that you can take.
Wait, the Titans defense?
The Titans defense versus Houston. Okay. If you look at CJ Stroud's numbers over like the last, I guess, 8
I'm not taking the Titans defense.
I'm saying it's a flyer, right? And you're going to do it for 2,300 because
I don't disagree with you on a lot, but I'm going to violently disagree with you on this one.
I'm saying if you need money, it's a good DFS flyer.
Okay.
All right. Give me your lock. And your dice roll.
Here we go. My lock of the week, Carolina plus 5.5 in New England.
Wow.
And I never thought I would say that, but after what they did to Atlanta last week, And now they're going up there and they're getting 5.5. I'll take 5.5. I'll take
Okay.
5.5. And New England just got rickrolled by Pittsburgh, who's got old man Rodgers running the thing. So for me, 5.5.
But that was defense. That was defense.
I'll take Carolina. I'll
Yeah.
take Carolina. I like the plus 5.5. That's my lock of the week. My dice roll is the Browns plus 10 at Detroit. They've been playing everybody so strong. So, and we're talking about great teams that they've been taking to the mat, to the wire, and beating one last week. They beat Green Bay.
I thought Green Bay was going to go undefeated this season. The way they've started and the way they were playing, I was like, no one's going to.
They beat Green Bay. They took the Ravens all the way to the wire. These are great teams too. So plus 10? Maybe I should flip those. Maybe the Browns plus 10 should be my lock. And Carolina plus 5.5 is the dice roll. But I feel a little bit better about the offense in Carolina than I do about the offense.
Joe Flacco is hard to put a
lock on.
Right, on a lock on Joe.
I'm gonna put a dice roll on the Browns plus 10, and my lock is Carolina plus 5.5.
What I'm hearing is parlay, baby. So I don't know. I have two, and I'm going to figure it out right now on the fly, which is my lock and which is my dice roll. All right, I think I got it.
Okay, hit me.
My lock. The Ravens minus 2.5. They're going to destroy them. Right. I believe it.
No, I'm with that. I get that. I like it.
And my dice roll, and it really probably should also be a lock, is Green Bay minus 6.5.
I bet that today as well. Looking at it, that's in my line, my bets that I made, because I'm like, yeah,
of course, 6.5.
Yeah.
After getting beaten by the Browns, they're going to be mad.
And with their defense just getting all
and
up
Micah is going to come for.
I know it's going to be bad. They might win by 14 or something. Like, yeah,
I almost might call both. I'll give you a bonus lock. You know what? Bonus lock. 2 locks. No dice rolls. 2 locks.
Right.
From me. Let's go.
Hey, listen, and I didn't take the Ravens one, but I definitely already took unfortunately, I already took Green Bay minus 6.5.
You're like, oh yeah, for sure. That you saw it. You're like, oh yeah,
absolutely. Totally. Let me see the ones that I took while I was researching and went threw money at it so I wouldn't forget. Panthers plus 5.5, Browns plus 10, Chargers minus 6.5, and the Bears in a pick'em. Those are the other ones.
Yeah, Bears in a pick'em. Yeah, I told you I like that's a pick'em. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
I thought I would have thought. I guess people are thinking like me.
At the Raiders, yeah, they're thinking like you. Like the Raiders are going to win this. I took the Bears in a pick'em. So those are the other ones that I chose. Though I like the Chargers minus 6.5 against the Giants. Rookie quarterback, incredible defense, incredible offense.
Yeah,
John Harbaugh. I mean, you like yes, I think the kid's going to accelerate. Excite the team and make it. But I think ultimately, I mean, realistically,
right. It's hard to put money. It's hard to put money on it.
Right, exactly. I could say, don't be surprised.
Right, correct. That's easy. That's easy.
Money on something, I'm going to say that they probably win by a touchdown at least. Yeah. So,
right on.
So there it is. All right.
Tomorrow we got a game. It's exciting. Do you have anything going tomorrow that's exciting for you? Do you have Jordan Mason? Do you have Justin Jefferson? Do you have Jackson Smith and Jigba? Do you have Walker?
The only one I have is Charbonnet, who's probably going to be ruled out, hopefully. So
I think he's going to play. Yeah, I don't know, but I think he's going to. What I'm hearing is he'll play.
All right. Well, then there you go.
Anyway, well, good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Good fantasy footballing. Have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy the show. I know we love doing it. This has been the Week 4 preview of Fantasy Football. Harsh Reality.